Hello, dear Aquarius. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Hope that you're all very, very well. Thank you for being here. This is a horoscope reading, so I will be looking at all areas of your life from the first house till the 12th house, first house of Aries till the 12th house of Pisces. This reading is for mid-month of October till mid-month of November, so middle of the month to the next middle of the month. So it goes for a whole month. And I will be taking the first cards here for free on YouTube, but the reading will be extended on my website. So I will have the link in the description box below. For those of you that this resonates and you want to see the rest of the reading, thank you again for your support. You can find the link in my description box below, or you could visit my website at divinedebut11.com. Under the tab of extended readings, I have the second part of this reading, which is up for purchase. Thank you again so much for your support, dear Aquarius. Let's see what's going on. What I'd like to say is, for those of you that don't know, that are not familiar with the astrology, I do explain as I go through the reading. So, dear Aquarius, hope that this brings you enlightenment, and it's wonderful in the sense that you will know what's going on in each area of life. And of course, in the second part of the reading, I do another half hour at least, so you do see a lot more cards there. So let's take your cards for you. So please, Spirit, for Aquarius, mid-month of October till mid-month of November 2019. Okay, so let's look at your house number 1, the house of Aries, and we have the Four of Pentacles. So the first house is the house of thyself. It's the way we are seen through others' eyes, the way we come across to the world. The first house is always where the rising sign is. So the rising sign, of course, is where the sun was rising as we were taking our first breath. So which constellation was it in? For those of you that know your exact time of birth, you can find your rising sign. If you go to astrology.com, you can draw your chart up there with your birth details. But the Four of Pentacles, in the house of self and the physical body, says that, you know, Four of Pentacles is very Taurian energy for me, so therefore very slow, very calculated, grounded, being very careful with your heart. It's all about your values. You're being very slow and steady moving forward. Some of you are holding back on, I don't know, maybe not spending your money a lot. You're being very careful with your finances at this time. And again, Taurus, the house of Taurus is our comforts. So Taurus is also about values. So this is the miser card. So some of you are being seen by others as being very, you know, held back, withdrawn. Okay, so let's look at house number 2, which is the house of Taurus, and your values, the 5 senses, your comforts. Now, Uranus is in the house number 2, in the house of Taurus. Uranus brings changes. Uranus is also the future. So, having the card of marriage and celebration, there could be, some of you could be going through different quick changes where your values are concerned, where family, your stability, your marriage, any of your commitments are concerned as well. And some of you may be celebrating, because this is the money house as well. You could be celebrating, securing some more comforts for yourself, dear dear Aquarius. Some of you may have strong Taurus, or you may be dealing with a Taurian person, obviously. Now we do have the energy of fire here as well. So the wands are all about vocation. So I suppose something that, and Taurus is ruled by Venus, so some of you could be celebrating, bringing in more comforts from a project. That's what Venus is as well. And Venus is all about harmony. And I see that in your second house there is a lot of harmony. So that's beautiful. For those of you that are hoping for the harmony, as I said, Uranus could be talking about the future and what's happening for you in your house of comforts and your values. Let's take house number 3, the house of Gemini, which is all about communication, collaboration within a small group. It's the house of commerce, the house of business, the house of the student. It's also the house of communication. So spoken, written, publications, publishing a book, working with people that are in your neighborhood, people that are surrounding you, your siblings, your neighbors. And we are on 31st of October, on Halloween. Mercury will be turning retrograde. Mercury rules the house of Gemini and the house of Virgo. So the signs, Virgo and Gemini, are ruled by Mercury. Now Mercury and Venus have moved into Scorpio. So it's a time of deep intimacy, communicating on a very intimate level. What is Scorpio? Scorpio is all about death and transformation, change. Scorpio is also other people's money, as well as money coming from external sources. So let's look at your security, your house. And we've got change, transformation where your security is concerned. This is Scorpio. And Scorpio brings in change, a lot of necessary, oh my God, necessary change. There is a deep transformation. You know that Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, and Pluto has started moving direct. So again, some of you could be in a relationship with a Scorpio, committed partnership relationship, or this could be talking about a Scorpio person that is in your family. This is the house of heritage, the house of the extended family as well. So let's look at house number 5, which is the house of Leo. Oh, wow. And we've got the Tower. So the house of fun, the house of true love, flirtation, risk-taking, children, and creativity holds the Tower, which many people say is Scorpio. For me, it's Uranus as well, Uranus in Taurus. So things changing on a very fundamental level where romance, children, creativity is concerned, and matters of the heart, because the house of Leo is all about the heart. Let's look at the 6th house of Virgo, and you've got the card of Virgo, which is the Hermit. So in your daily routine, what you do day to day, we've got someone looking for the answers, doing their homework, looking at the light, connecting to spirit. Some of you may be in a very spiritual environment where you work. You could be the spiritual guru yourself, helping to enlighten others. The Hermit is all about going within, connecting to source. And of course the house of Virgo can also be the detective. So, you know, in your daily routine, you could be doing your homework, looking for information that is lost. Now, remember, with Mercury retrograde, which Mercury rules Virgo as well, this is a time of re-looking at things, going back over information, going back to matters of the past, people from the past coming back. Now, Scorpio is very dark and very hidden as well, but with Mercury and Venus there, things will be coming to light. Now, the house of Virgo is also the house of health. Could this be a doctor looking for very closely for information, for what's not right? This could be someone who is a specialist, some professor. And this could be you. You could be the doctor, let's say. Okay, let's look at your 7th house of partnerships, the house of Libra and other people, partnerships of all sorts, relationships of all sorts. We've got the 10 of Cups, and the 10 of Cups is a very, very happy card. You know, bliss and happiness on many, many fronts, emotionally feeling fulfilled. This could be, of course, support through the family, connection with the family, and this can be many different things happening in your partnership house. A sense of completion. The Ten of Cups is completing. It breaks down to the Ace of Cups. Some of you may have been married, let's say, for 10 years, okay, and 10 is always a completion, and then we restart. So it's like beginning a new chapter, let's say, in your emotional self. Let's look at the House of Intimacy, Death and Transformation, the House of Scorpio, and we've got 10 of Swords, another 10. So 10 breaks down to the Ace. This is the darkest before the dawn. Now, swords are all about our perception, our communication. This is the card of being stabbed in the back, deception. It's as low as it can get. Can't get harder than this. I think that for some of you with the Ten of Swords, you've had enough. You've had enough, and it's time for a restart. Some of you could be cutting out a committed partnership or relationship. Ten of Swords here in the House of Intimacy, and with Mercury and Venus in Scorpio bringing up the information. For the whole of November, Mercury will be retrograde in the sign of Scorpio. For some of you, you could be completing a cycle and saying, that's it, I'm cutting away the dead weight, the dead skin, that whatever information is seen, because it's the darkest before the dawn. So the sun is rising in the background, as you could see. Okay, and the Ace of Swords is all about clarity, truth, communication. Now, this is the house of other people's money as well. So it doesn't mean that all of you are going to be in an unhappy marriage. Okay, there is some sort of an ending where your security is concerned. Your fifth house, as I said, of the heart, your creativity, the house of fun. There is a drastic shift here. So let's look at the ninth house of Sagittarius. So people that are from a distance, foreign places, people that are far away from you. This is the star, which is the energy of Aquarius. This is the future. This is a card of feeling. This is a card of being very vulnerable. But Sagittarius is all about philosophy, truth, connection to spirit, connection to the divine. That's what the star is as well. Now, Sagittarius can also be, having a vision of the world, having become the philosopher through higher education, through knowledge. Okay, Aquarius is also the future. It's very right brain thinking, very ingenious thoughts. But the star is also a card of hope. Some of you may be hoping to travel. Some of you may be hoping for the truth. This is social media, connecting through social media to people at a distance. The star can also be the star is a wish fulfillment in the areas that I just spoke about. And again, some of you could be dealing with someone who's at a distance who has got strong Aquarius in their chart. But dear Aquarius, of course, this is your energy. You're hoping to be able to reach that star, that bright star. You're hoping for healing after whatever's gone on in your 8th house and in your 4th house. We will look at more cards, of course. Let's look at the house of career and your status, the house of Capricorn. And we've got the 6 of Pentacles, which is the Libra card for me. We do have the scales. So you are in a career where there is equal give and receive, or you're in a career where you're earning enough and you can be quite generous with others, or you're in a career where you are you're providing a service for others. You're could be in a career where you are distributing money to the poor, whatever that means. So we've got money here, we've got finances, and we've got people that are in need. So you could be in a career that you're a social worker, let's say. Whatever the case, I feel that there is equilibrium here, equal giving and receiving. Now, because we've got Libra and there's, money's coming out, money could be coming out, other money coming in. Your status here with the Six of Pentacles, you're hoping for equilibrium. Some of you may be even dealing with legal issues. We do have the scales here, which is Libra, and that speaks of legalities. Let's look at the house of Aquarius, your house. And we've got the Emperor. And the Emperor could be Taurus or Aries. It's very Saturnian. Now, Aquarius, you are ruled by Saturn, your ruling planet. Your ancient ruling planet, Saturn, has now moved direct. Your modern ruler, which is Uranus, in the house of Taurus, which is not very strong there. It's changing things up in relation to our values. But with the Emperor here, which is very Saturnian, I do feel that some of you could be coming across as the Emperor, very stern and very, you've been through your own lessons. So you've become the Emperor. The Emperor is all about stability. You may be dealing with someone through groups and associations, this could even be a friend, because this is the house of friendships, and it's also the house of wishes and dreams. Some of you may be hoping to take on the persona or the position of the Emperor. For others of you, dear Aquarius, you may be coming across to others as the Emperor. So you're very stern looking, you're not very open to love here, okay? For others of you, you could have a friend, someone that you're dealing with that is very Saturnian. Now, as an energy here, the Emperor is all about stability. So some of you could be hoping to secure your stability, to secure a wish fulfillment as well. But you know that the house of Aquarius is also the house of earned income through career. But there are difficulties because the Emperor has got to follow certain guidelines. And again, Saturn is all about timing, is all about karma, okay? Especially with your ancient ruling planet Saturn in Capricorn, with the south node of the moon, which is very karmic, and Pluto, both Pluto and Saturn having turned direct. I feel that what you've given is going to come back to you. What you haven't given, you will be giving, dear Aquarius. That's what the karmic situation is, and the transformation that's going on in the house of Capricorn, which logically, if you being an Aquarius, something is happening in your 12th house that you can't see. Something karmic is trying to bring in balance to your life. And karma is what? As I said, what you've given will come back to you. Have you given good, then expect good, or the other way around. Now, you know that the house of Capricorn can also be the law. So just pointing that out. Let's look at your 12th house of Pisces. Wow, that's really strange, because as I was going to start your reading, I just turned on the record button and this card flipped open straight away. And I thought, no, I won't keep it because it was too soon and people are not going to they're not going to believe it. It was too soon. I wasn't able to meditate. I shuffle before I open camera though. And it's very strange that this card is here again. So you do have a second chance at something. Something is being resurrected. This is a very karmic energy. Again, it's Pluto. Now, the house of Pisces is the house of unconditional love. It's the house of endings. It's the dark house. It's the house of magic. It's the house that we can't see what's in there. But it's also the house of spirit. And so is the 9th house. And you've got the star here. So some of you are wishing upon a star. I think that the divine is here for you, ready to give you a second chance. Whatever you think has ended and is lifeless, you're wrong. And you will have this indication as soon as you're able to see what's going on in that 12th house of yours. And it's got a lot to do with karma, as I said. Now, the 12th house is also the house of people at a distance, but it's also the house of hidden enemies, hospitals, prisons, and it's ruled by Neptune. So many times we can't really see clearly. For those of you that have given unconditional love and you haven't received it back yet, I think that the divine will give you your dharma, your good karma. You will have a second chance. Okay, what I'd like to do now is I'd like to take one card as the general energy. For Aquarius, please, Spirit. One card for Aquarius, the general energy mid-October to mid-November 2019. What does Aquarius need to know, please, Spirit? And we've got the Strength card. So believe in your power. Believe that your higher self will get you through whatever you need the strength for. So your higher self is strong enough, is courageous enough. It's not bigger than you. Whatever you are fearing, which is this lion here, you are stronger than this. So some of you may be dealing with Leo. This does speak of patience and trust as well. Keep at it. You've got the power. And Leo is also the heart. So if you are coming from a place of heart, then, you know, the lion, your inner self, your inner beast and your inner needs, your inner passions, you can tame them. And through spirit, through your spiritual self, you can win over this situation, whatever you're dealing with. So what I'd like to do now, dear Aquarius, is I would like to look at the 8th house of Scorpio, the 10 of Swords. I will take a couple of extra cards, but I will extend this on my website. For those of you that this resonates, as I said, the link is in the description box below. If you need more information, you are more than welcome. And I also give you the option, for those of you that are interested in purchasing the whole lot, it's at a discounted price. You may want to watch your sun, moon, rising and your partners. So, yeah. Let's take the 8th house of Scorpio. What's going on there? 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands. So someone has put up a wall. I think that there is protection. Someone's been through a lot here. They're still standing and they're insisting on completing a cycle here. I would say that you've been battered and bruised, but you're still standing. Whatever this is, you've still got that Ace of Wands that you need to complete. What you need is more desire, more passion, and to go with, what is that Ace of Wands? Of course, it's information. The information, the perception, the news that's going to come through, the clarity that's going to come through is what is going to help give you the power to complete a situation, I feel, here with the 9 of Wands. For those of you that I said someone is being protective, not opening up, being very careful, not being open-hearted, I think that some of you are on the last leg of, I don't know if I can do this anymore, but you've got the Strength card. I'm going to take one card on the Tower, of course. I can't leave you hanging like this. So let's see what this Tower is all about. Oh, wow. I nearly dropped a few cards. What I did not explain here is that in the 3rd house, with the 9 of Pentacles, your finances are looking really, really good. Like you're at the point, you're almost at the 10, and this to me is the card of Virgo. Some of you may be communicating, speaking through social media or whatever with a Virgo. But if this is a Virgo that you're dealing with, then this is someone who is very, they've got a lot of attention to detail, but also they're very strong in standing on their own 2 feet financially, maybe even emotionally. So we are talking about someone who's single here. Let's take this Tower. So we've got Scorpio, we've got Taurus, Aries, yes, we've got Leo, Aquarius, which is you mainly. We've got Virgo and we've got Scorpio. Again, I'm going to say Scorpio. We do have some cups here as well, which would mainly be the Scorpio energy. Let's look at this Tower. What's this all about in your 5th house of Leo? And we've got the 2 of Cups. Wow. And that's a change, a shift, an epiphany about a relationship, a romantic relationship, a soulmate connection, of course. It's in the house of true love. It's in the house of creation. Maybe the Tower is helping bring an epiphany in relation to 2 people that are on the same page. Okay, there is a shift here in love for you, dear Aquarius. For some of you, this could be breaking down a relationship. Maybe it wasn't on solid ground and it's coming down, but for most of you, I do see it as very positive. Okay, so I will be taking on the extended reading, the Lenormand. I will be taking the Witch's Tarot. Okay, the Witch's Tarot for more cards, more clarity, and I will also be using the Twin Flame Oracle by Mystic Moon. So I do take a fair few cards there. As I said, more than half an hour of a reading. So thank you very much. I do hope that this gave you a little bit of clarity. I do want to thank you again in advance for everything that you do for my channel, for your support, your likes, your shares, your subscriptions. And do look out for my mid-month readings, which will be up in the next few days. And I'd like to say also one more thing. For those of you that are wanting to reach out through my website for a personal reading, just letting you know that the form that is filled out has got a glitch to it. So if you're wanting any communication with me, please email me at divinedebut11@gmail.com. I will have the address in the description box, and that glitch will be fixed in the next few days. So again, thank you very much to everyone. Sending you lots of love, dear Aquarius. For the rest of you, I'll see you on the other side. Thank you, guys.